1, 2, go. Yeah. All right. Hello, guys. Welcome to my page, Timo Starboy Reality Talk TV. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and wherever you may be listening to my program. Yeah, I greet you. I greet you all at your location time. Anyway, before I go straight to today's update, I just like to introduce you to my new page. I opened a new page on Facebook, so it is called Dr. TK Concert TV. So I will be dropping a series of movies, skits, that you will love it and you will enjoy it and thanks me later. So let me show you how it looks like. So this is the page. As you can see, this is the page. This is the page. So you see my picture, my profile picture there. So once you see this profile picture, you are in the right channel. You are in the right channel. So you can click on it and follow the page. So like I said, I will be dropping a series of movies, coming from us, and a skit, a short skit, So you will very, very love it and enjoy it. So please share it to your loved ones. Share it around, so let them see it and they enjoy the movies and our content. So we start very soon. So we'll start very soon and uploading the movies and the content. So thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate you all. Continue liking our program and sharing it, and drop your comment. It's very important. So my name is Timo Starboy Reality Talk TV. On YouTube, on Facebook, Timo Starboy Channel Blogs. So I'm on Twitter too, Timo Oladipopo1. So you can join me over there as well. So thank you so much. God will bless you, bless your home, and everything, anything at all. So God will stay with you and be blessing you more. So thank you so much. Thank you for viewing my program. So okay, so let's go straight to it. Let's go straight to today's update. You see, Amazon, as you all would know on the internet, so they are the provider of the channel for our electoral this election that it went down on February 25th, 2023. So they are the provider, for that data. So as INEC was telling lies, on the glitches, they say that Beavers and the IRF have a glitches and they cannot come out. They cannot come out plainly. They cannot come out clean to tell us what are the glitches it's all about, to tell us the problem. They are hiding something in their cupboards, So Labour Party, they order for this Amazon staff all the way from USA, to come and testify in the court of law. That is Tribunal Court of Law. So I think everything we uncover, those secrecy that the INEC they are covering. They are covering their track, They want to cover their tracks, So all those things we uncover, what they have been covering up, So I know they want to cover many things, but they don't. They forget to know. Say to this time around is computer generation. We are in 2023. 23rd century. We are in the 23rd century, so there's no cover up. Nothing you can cover. You can't cover your tracks, So everything will explode to them. By the time they know it, they will know where they belong, where we will place them, because we are not going to allow all this dubious game, all this manipulating, all these nonsensities, all these nonsensicals, all nonsense game they are playing. They are playing childish game. So it's not going to be allowed. We say this generation, you can't mess up with it. It can't mess up. Not now, not ever. So we will uncover it, and the truth must be told. The judiciary system will take its place, you know. Our judiciary system must work, and the court of law will take their course. You know, they will pronounce the judgment. They will declare the truthful winner of that election, not this fake one they selected, you know, allocation type, you know. So we are not going to fall for all this impunity style. So it's no more. So we wake up now, and wake up for good. Our mumu, it don't do. Our mumu, it don't do. That is what it is, and that's what it's gonna be. So let me play you the video without further ado. So let's enjoy the video I got for you here. So we go. We move, totally we move. There's nothing like a shit hole, you know. Nothing like sharing, you know, things that is not supposed to be in our society. It is way that we will remove it, and we remove it for sure. So let's listen to the analysis here.
Presented a witness from Amazon Web Services to continue making their case that INEC wrongfully declared Bola Tinubu as president. Specifically, the goal of bringing in this engineer from Amazon is to prove to the Presidential Election Petition Court sitting in Abuja that electronic transmission of the February 25th presidential election results was not prevented by technical glitches as claimed by INEC. Okay,
please,
let's get to it.
Well,
just about before the justices filed to sit and start the proceedings,
well, please let me know.
came in with a load of documents. We don't know for sure at this time, but some people are speculating that they contain the certified true copies of documents that the Labour Party has been demanding from INEC, at least some of them. Again, it is worth repeating that INEC violated the Electoral Act by not uploading the election results from the polling units. The law clearly states that before any declaration is made, the results have to be confirmed with what is uploaded on the IREV. It does not matter how many times INEC shouts technical glitches, he still did not follow the law by declaring Bola Tinubu as president without following this important step of the election. With this Amazon witness, we are about to find out if indeed the problem was from Amazon Cloud Services that INEC used to store their results, or if it is truly a deliberate sabotage, as we have heard from other witnesses in this tribunal. In any case, the proceeding started with Levi Uzoku, the lead counsel for Labour Party, standing up to address the judges. She said, "My lord, we are ready to continue with our case, starting with our next witness, Equator SAN, will continue the proceedings." As the Labour counsel was about to commence speaking, the INEC counsel stood up to object. He said, "My lord, shortly before we came in, I was given the witness statement, which is about 7 pages and about 5 volumes. I made it clear to Equator that I would need to look at the document. I may not be in a position to cross-examine the witness today, but if he intends to put her documents and just lead her in chief, I will not be objecting. I need time to review the documents." In the same manner, Tinubu's counsel made known his objection. He said, "My lord, we are in the same predicament. We are not saying they should not go on with their witness. We need time to prepare and come back for cross-examination tomorrow." The INEC counsel agreed, saying, "My lord, we are also in the same position. I can't cross-examine based on the mysterious evidence. It is pure technology. I don't think there's anything in law in there. We were just served this witness statement this morning." Hearing these objections, the Labour Party counsel interjected, "My lord, we are not objecting to give them time to review the witness statement." With that, all seems clear for the witness to speak. The presiding judge said, "We will listen to the witness examination in chief, and then cross-examination will be tomorrow." So stay tuned, guys, for that as well. I'll be bringing you reports on that cross-examination. The attention now turned to the Labour Party witness, who has already been sworn in for the testimony. Labour Party counsel Equator SAN said to the witness, "Please tell the court your full names." The witness answered, "I am Clarita." "Where do you live?" "Maryland, the United States." "What do you do?" "I'm a cloud engineer and architect." "Do you work with any organization?" "Yes, I currently work with Amazon Web Services Incorporated." The counsel continued, Amazon Web Services is also called AWS. Yes, it is. You came to this court on a subpoena. Do you have it? Yes, I do. The counsel said, my lord, we wish to tender this. The presiding judge admitted the subpoena as evidence. The Labour Party counsel continues. You deposed to a witness statement of oath with employment verification. Yes. Will you be able to recognize it if you see it? Yes. My lord, can we tender her resume and recommendation letter from Amazon? The INEC counsel interjected. He said, I have no issue with the resume, but I have with the employment verification. Bola Tinubu's lawyer agreed, but it seems the APC lawyer was still reviewing the document. Then he said, my lord, on behalf of the fourth respondent, I object to the tendering of both the resume and employment verification. Okay guys, it's either these people do not know what they're doing, or they just like hearing themselves say the word objection. In any case, the documents were admitted into evidence accordingly. The Labour Party counsel continues. In paragraph 13 of your witness statement, you refer to a report showing the health status of AWS cloud services in 33 regions where AWS has their servers? Yes, I did. How many reports did you get? The witness responded, there are 6 reports for the 33 regions. The Labour Party counsel, turning to the judge, said, my lord, these are publicly available documents, North America, South America, Asia, Australia, Europe, and Africa. At this point, guys, I don't know what for, but the respondent started to shout objection. Still, that did not stop the court from admitting these documents as evidence. At that point, the Labour Party counsel requested from the court to allow the witness to go home and come back tomorrow, since the respondent will not be cross-examining her today. Equator SAN then gave the speaking mic to the lead counsel, who went ahead to invite Okutaba SAN to address the court. The presenting counsel continues, my lord, we are bringing this to your attention because we have done everything humanly possible. We now ask your lordship to come to our aid. This afternoon, we received a few copies of IREB reports from a few local government areas in Lagos State, Agege, Mushin, Oshodi, Isolo, Ekpe, Surulere, Etiosa. These documents were certified on the 29th of May, but they withheld it until today. The same thing happened for Gombe State. They only gave us 2 local government areas this afternoon. I personally delivered a letter to Mahmoud SAN on May 20, 2023, listing all the documents wanted. On March 2023, we wrote to INEC asking for these documents to enable us to give them proof of our petition. We also served subpoena to the President and Commander-in-Chief, and it was rejected. They refused to come. A series of subpoenas have been issued. We have nowhere to cry to but to your lordship. That is why we are doing this now. It appears that INEC is deliberately delaying us. We apply that a copy of the subpoena be served to his client and let them bring the documents to us. My lord, if they don't have the document, they should state it on record and we will know they don't have it. My lord, we all know the procedures. The presiding judge, having heard the complaint of the Labour Party counsel, said, if you know the procedure, then use it. There is a provision for subpoena that is refused. But the Labour Party counsel would not be easily dismissed in that fashion. He continued, my lord, we were given time to present our case and time is running out. If this case doesn't have a time frame and doesn't encourage delay tactics, then we will not bother. We are facing frustration at this point. The INEC counsel then jumps in. My lord, I received a letter and replied properly. He didn't tell me if there's any issue. We have produced documents and brought them in court. Our subpoenaed witnesses have also come to testify in this court. I am taken aback. I am totally surprised every time they blame INEC when they have nothing else to do. The Labour Party counsel steps in strongly. My lord, I don't like what Mahmoud. Here, the presiding judge interjects. Let's hear from your lead counsel. I'm not sure what difference that would make, but Levi Uzoko, the lead counsel for Labour Party, stood up and said, my lord, INEC is refusing service. They are running away. Even the court bailiffs are tired of going there. Mahmoud said he gave me letters, but I didn't see any letter. You didn't give me any letter. Guys, can you imagine this bare-faced lie?
INEC.
Why is this INEC so corrupt and morally bankrupt? No agency or department has shown themselves to this point of liars as the INEC under Pinocchio Professor Yakubu Mahmoud. I can say that with all confidence that this is the worst INEC Nigeria has ever had. In any case, the Labour Party lead counsel, still outraged by this lie that she received a letter from the other Mahmoud, which is the lawyer Mahmoud, asked, why is INEC being difficult? In response, the INEC counsel started to sing a new song.
That is the question right there.
He now said he was not aware that the LP legal team sent subpoena to INEC. Yeah, he's not aware.
What are they hiding?
What is with the APC and passing up responsibility? For 8 years, the most consistent thing that came out of Buhari's mouth is, I was not aware. Now they have brought that tactic to the tribunal. At this point, guys, listen up. You're about to hear a proper takedown of INEC. The presiding judge steps in and said, frustrating the process cannot.
The truth is coming out little by little.
We have the interests of this nation at heart, and I'm sure your other colleagues understand this. If you are having issues with tendering documents, please approach your colleagues for a solution. We will not accept any attempt to frustrate or delay this case. Please reach out to your clients to provide what they are asking for. That's it, guys. This is a monumental shellacking, to use the words of Barack Obama, of the INEC legal team by this presiding judge. The judge knows exactly the game that they are playing. In fact, that is why the Labour Party lead counsel made this a public issue. Now, INEC is being publicly blasted for stupid tactics that is meant to frustrate not just Peter Obi, but the whole of Nigeria. The thing that the APC and INEC face to understand is that obedience are not saying that Peter Obi must be president, but you can't steal a mandate and install someone who you cannot prove actually won the election. If at the end of the process, Bola Tinubu is found to have truly won, so be it. But honestly speaking, it will be easier for fish to grow wings.
It's not the winner. We all know that.
Won this presidential election.
We all know that for sure. It's not the winner.
We are not deaf. We saw what happened. We heard what happened on February 25th.
You cannot put any sentiment on this matter.
Anyways,
we cannot put any sentiment because it will jeopardize our life.
My lord, we get it sorted out.
It will jeopardize
our... The council said, I will meet Mahmoud for the 4th time to discuss this.
Our democracy.
It won't take anything away from me. Before we rise, we ask them to cooperate. We cannot afford to set fire on our own farm in the interest of our profession. Because if we start playing to the gallery, it will not help us. Exactly. All we are interested in is the justice of the matter.
Yeah.
We are all Nigerians. We have different religions. When we live here, we will give accounts.
Before you can be calling excellency, you have to do excellent job.
Peace is the purpose.
You can't be a rogue. You can't be a thief.
I think here,
and they will be calling you excellency.
The Labour Party
it doesn't work that way.
Playing to the religious sentiments of all.
Never work in any way.
Nigeria is always claiming to be very religious, but I can't imagine any other country that lies so much, especially with the leadership, as much as Nigerian leaders. So that is what the LP lead council is actually tapping on. In any case, after the heartwarming statement by the Labour Party lead counsel, the presiding judge steps in and on his own said, we want to deliver justice and act fair so that if anyone abuses us, we know we have fulfilled our conscience. Thereafter, the respondents promised to meet the Labour Party legal team this evening to sort out the issues. Let's hope they do so in the spirit of truly saving Nigeria. This is bigger than Bola Tinubu, Peter Obi, or Atiku. This is about Nigeria. If we get it right, all will be well. If we don't, sorry, the outcome will be unspeakable.
Yeah.
Court adjourns till tomorrow, the 20th of June, 2023.
All right, guys.
Labour Party and its president.
So this is this video I will be about to play now is the analysis on Bola Ahmed Tinubu speech on about sacking all this kind of playing games, you know, all this childish game. So they want to prove that he's doing wrong thing at the wrong time, you know. They know where he's hiding. They know what's up. So they want to prove him wrong. So this video you're about to watch is from the morning show. That is Arise TV. So please permit me to play it. Okay, so where you go? Okay. Sorry, give me a little bit. Okay. So.
Seat of power ever since Bola Tinubu was sworn in as president on May 29th, 2023. Everything he has done between then and now has borne the imprint of a man who is not bothered by the prospect of disrupting the system. Now, in order to get things done in double quick time, but again, not everyone has forgotten that the legitimacy of Tinubu's declaration as winner of the last presidential election remains a subject of litigation before the Presidential Election Petitions Court. In a matter of weeks, the tribunal will be expected.
Guys, one thing I would like to say, to notion this topic, once you are doing something right, everything will be going right. If you are stepping on the toes and you are doing wrong thing, totally your organization will be wrong. You cannot build a house on a wrong foundation. And you cannot build anything when you don't have a strong template. You don't have a strong template. You can't build anything on anything. You cannot build something on anything. You cannot build something on nothing. If you don't have a template and you are having some kind of wrong ideas, totally everything will flop up. Everything will just go in wrong direction. That is what is taking place in this man called Tinubu selecting president. Because he doesn't have a template. He doesn't have a plan. It was just stolen plan. Something that they concoction, they just concoct for him. Even when he's reading his speech, maybe the one they wrote for him, you will know from there that he doesn't have any plan. Just to be there as a figurehead, And that is the difference from people who have a plan, for the whole entire country. The person who have a plan, who have idea, to bring out the good in that system, his idea. So you totally know. You totally know from the people that don't know nothing, they don't have nothing. They are incompetent. A bunch of fools. They are non-entity. Callows. So that is what it is. They don't have any plan whatsoever. They are just snatching some plan and just think that they can patch. For how long? And in the first place, you stole something. You stole somebody's mandate. You steal from a king. You stole a trump from a king. Where do you want to blow it? Where? Tell me. Where? There's nowhere you can blow that trumpet you stole, that they will not hear it loudest. This is the trumpet you stole. And it will not take any time before they will recover it back. So that is what it is. So before you put yourself in a big shame, and we that we are Yorubas, before you put us in a big shame, please pack your load. There is still time for you. You can buy a time. It's still time to put your shame away. Because if they drag you out of that seat, out of that office, that is a big mess to your entire race. It's a big mess for us too. But where can we face? They will say now is a Yoruba man. So that is what we are talking about. If you say it doesn't concern you today, it will concern you tomorrow. Because when your housemate, your roommate is eating a cockroach or bad food, when it's time to sleep, you will see that you too, you have the pain out of that thing, because you never sleep well. You too have headache from that it's running stomach. So it's better to tell them now. It's better to tell the truth now. Say enough of this mess up, enough of this madness, so that we will not be having our own punishment out of those nonsense things they are doing. So that is what we are saying. That is what we are talking now. It's a time for you to just bail out with your shameful things, you know. Because if they drag you out from that office, that is a big mess for you and your entire generation, you know. So that is what we are trying to avoid, not to happen. Because sooner or later, you will be dragged out of that office. It does not belong to you. It does not belong to you. You don't even have any chance to take part in that election in the first place. So anyway, let me play you this video for I talk too much. So let's continue playing the video.
Petitions court. In a matter of weeks, the tribunal will be expected to give a verdict
if your first time in watching, please,
brought against him.
Guys, please, I beg you, in the name of God, please share my program, share it, and continue to like it, and following our page, you know, Timo Starboy Channel Blogs, on Facebook, on YouTube, Timo Star Boy Channels, Reality Talk TV, you know, Timo Star Boy Reality Talk TV. So thank you, and God will bless you. Please continue. A new comment. So please share. Thank you for the big love. Yeah, thank you. I got it. You send me the big love. Let me watch it and commend you. I don't know. Okay, Charles, Chris, welcome, bro. Welcome, and good for your work, for your sharing. Good. I really appreciate. Yeah. Thanks for sharing and watching. Okay, I commend you. Yeah, continue watching. God will bless you. Okay.
Abubakar of the People's Democratic Party, and critically that of Peter Obi, the presidential candidate of the Labour Party. That verdict, any which way, could potentially have far-reaching implications for Nigeria's political development and jurisprudence for students and teachers of the law going forward. Now, before we have our guests join us, I mean, Steve, this is definitely one for the books. I don't think we've ever had something, it's almost like we're holding our breath waiting to see, because everybody is waiting to find out what the result of this particular election tribunal is going to be. But we're already seeing the president about a month in after his swearing, doing everything possible to make sure less than a month, he's been able to do so much. But okay, we have our guest now, so let me just introduce him and then we can further this conversation. Now, Akin Oshutokunwe, chieftain of the Labour Party, who was Director General of the party's Presidential Campaign Council, we expect to get an update as well as his thoughts on Tinubu's Democracy Day warnings to the judiciary to avoid decisions which, according to him, could be capable of scuttling the nation's democracy, among other issues of national importance. It is good to have you on the show, sir.
Thank you very much. Good to be back.
All right, then. So let's start with this. The president gave his Democracy Day speech last week. And one of the things that he said, and I quote, is, "It has become imperative to state here that the unnecessary illegal orders used to truncate or abridge democracy will no longer be tolerated." Now, there's been a lot of reactions to this. A lot of people, especially in the legal space, have said that this particular statement is a reckless threat to the judiciary and is deliberately targeted the eminent justices at the Presidential Election Tribunal. I want to know what your thoughts are on President Bola Tinubu's statement.
Well, this kind of talk by the president didn't just start today. Before the election, when he went to Chatham House in England, he told people who were having lunch with him in open mind that elections are not won a la carte. You snatch it, grab it, you do that. So look, on that circumstantial evidence alone, he has imputed, fraud to his own aspiration. So that kind of person who had said that it is counterintuitive, I will be unrealistic to believe that that person will not make an effort, to want to rig the election. The same thing happened when in the course of the currency redesign, which he has, regardless of its, negative impact. He did, post a challenge for those who want to use money to manipulate the election. And he said so clearly, he assumed that guilt. He said the currency design was targeted at him. So what will you need money to do? In what respect is it targeted at you? Nigerians felt the impact of what was going on. But if you are now appropriating it, that it is targeted at you, is an implication of what you intend to do, to influence the election. So coming from him, it's not, people can be conventional, right? They call it Freudian slip, whereby See, look, there's something ironical that is going about. Right? People say, look, the fact that all the three candidates scored 1 in 12 states, was the Labour 11 and Abuja, is an evidence that the election was competitive. But what if in reality the election was not competitive? That reality, so you see, it's working to the answer, right? That after all, you are evenly, the thing is evenly split, but in reality, right, what if the election was not competitive? And, logically, the background against which the election was held was a situation in which the APC government, had totally failed in the art of governance, in governing this country. It's counterintuitive to believe that Nigerian voters will go to the polling booths, and go and vote in the same people. Now, there was something I did, prior to the election. I talked with my friends. I deliberately went to, sample opinions. That, look, almost people, families in which you have young people, the younger generation, including, maybe the father and the mother, they have 4 or 5 children who are of age to vote. I deliberately went out to ask before the election that, look, the young people, I will ask them, who do you intend to vote for? And believe me, there was nowhere that I got a different answer from saying that they were going to vote for Labour Party. When the results were released, people were saying that, I said, look, call any young person that you know on that day of the election, anybody, any young person, that who did you vote for? That the likelihood, the probability is that, and the 90% probability that the answers you will get, right, is likely to be that they voted for Peter Obi. So against that background, look, in Lagos, I was living in Lagos for quite a while. So if there are 4 or 5, 6 people in a family, let us assume that only the parents, the father and the mother, will vote for any other party. You now have 4 children or 4 other members of the family saying they will vote for Peter Obi. As I said, I'm not guessing, right? This is what I did. So,
sorry, I think we have a technical
Okay, well, we're having just a little bit of
a
technical glitch there, but that would be sorted out very quickly. Now, just bringing the conversation back to you, he was making some very important points regarding why, you know,
thanks,
obviously
fam,
they believe
for sharing
that at
our
this
program.
point,
Thanks.
the
God
election
will bless you.
tribunal in
Continue sharing and drop your comment.
the Labour Party presidential candidate Peter Obi was speaking about the percentage of youths that had voted as well. But while we wait for him to return, I think it's important to begin to look at the election tribunal as it stands, especially because we already have a sitting president, and that's how that in itself would affect our democracy at the moment.
Yeah, I think Mr. Oshutokun is just getting set to go right into the core of the tribunal, you know, the quality of legal representation, the quality of witnesses that they are, you know, the evidences that they are bringing forward. The preambles that he has started with are personal assessment of what he witnessed. When you say that you have, you know, when you're talking about 90% of the youth voting for Obi, where will those youths be, for example? I mean, and who authored such statistics? Will he be in the states where Mr. Peter Obi won convincingly? He mentioned Lagos, he mentioned a few other places, especially where he had personal encounters. But would that be the case in many of the other states, particularly in the north and in the southwest, where Peter Obi didn't win? Would that be a reflection of how the youth voted too? So I think that it will be important to stay with what has been presented at the tribunal. All right, so we have Mr. Oshutokun back. Good to have you, Mr. Oshutokun, and you were making a point, so I'll let you land on the point that you were making before we go. I ask you to go further, deeper into the quality of the evidences that you are presenting at the tribunal at the moment. But land on your point, then I can ask you the next question.
No, look, you are talking about the tribunal. There are some things that use the circumstantial evidence, which I was speaking to. I was not merely saying that about demographic distribution of voters. I did make the point that the presidential candidate of APC at that time, who is the president now, said in London, everybody listen to it, if you want us to win this election, snatch it, grab it. So what do you expect from? And then, of course, what you quoted him saying about truncating the democracy, unnecessary, if you take both of them together, it adds up. Now, of course, in Nigeria, again, it's unrealistic of me to believe that people who have the capacity and the opportunity to vote, to rig the election, well, of all the three principal candidates, the person who has that advantage obviously is the APC candidate. So if that APC candidate had said this prior to the election, so it adds up. Of course, we are talking about it. So these circumstantial evidences are part of what the court will consider. All right. The tribunal, we have a case, we have evidences, we have I think, but look, the judiciary itself is under unnecessary stress set. The judiciary is not supposed to elect a president for the country. All right, so it is unusual what we now go through in Nigeria that about, you know, immediately you have this election, you proceed to court, asking them to choose an election, I mean, the winner for you. And this is quite unfortunate, especially against the backdrop of what a Senator Bukachua, said openly on the floor of the Senate, that he influenced his wife, who was the Chief Justice of the Federal Court of Appeal, to favor senators here. No, he said it openly. So by now, I would have thought the NJC would have invited him to come and clarify what he said. This here was a man confessing, you know, that in collusion with his wife, who was the Chief Justice of the Federal Court of Appeal, they manipulated, election results. So, you know, Nigeria is such a country that, you know, when you look at whatever case you want to make about, you have a surfeit of evidence, to prove your point. Now look at I was saying the irony, of these 12 states being shared by the principal candidate. It is almost a statistical impossibility for you to have 3 candidates scoring exactly in the 12 across the country. There must have been an intervention of human agency. The probability of that happening is so low that, but as I said, they're working to they will tell you that this is an evidence that there was no fraud in the election. So it serves that purpose. People are using a dishonest, evidence to argue that this should not have been the case. So look at Abia State, for instance. You had the returning officer in the Abia State who said, she was rejecting, all pressures to act one way or the other. The same thing, couple that with what happened in Adamawa, where the returning officer announced arbitrarily. Okay, so if that is happening in the process, if this is what you know, these are evidences that these are public issues. Now, you draw your inference from that are those people the exception or the rule? I believe that it is rule. In Nigeria, you hardly will find anybody who has the opportunity and the capacity and the inclination to rig, not doing so. So this is the kind of, if you want to talk about...
Those are the things that of course you have presented to the tribunal, and it's better, it's safer to let the tribunal decide on it. I just wanted to have your thoughts quickly on the first 3 weeks of President Tinubu. He's been getting a lot of accolades, and I'm sure that you have been following. What will be your assessment of it? And do you think that this, in any way, all the accolades that he's been getting, can be a factor in what eventually comes out of the tribunal? Because this is a president that is riding the waves very high, and people are applauding him. What are your thoughts on his first 3 weeks?
Well, what are these accolades that he's getting?
I wonder.
He started by saying fuel subsidy is
gone. Wonder.
Right? He went back and said, no, he didn't say so. It took the GMD of NMPC.
He doesn't have a template. The man don't have any plan.
Provision has been made.
So confused.
For the sustenance of. So I don't know what you mean by accolade.
So confused.
The president is being sworn in, said this. A day or 2 days later, he went back on what he said.
He swallowed it.
Let us get. We are dealing with people who are very experts in propaganda. In manipulating public opinion. So I don't know what he has done.
Not serious with their name.
He suspended
their name is a serious.
And then he moved over to DSS. Emefiele was an agent of his predecessor.
It's a serious and excuse.
There was nothing that Emefiele could have done on his own, autonomous of the president who appointed him.
Sorry. Like their last name.
Same thing with Bauer, the chairman of the EFCC. Look, as I said, look, we are dealing with Nigerians can be gotten easily. Nigerians can be cheap. In getting excited over nothing.
Yes, exactly.
So I don't know what you mean by accolades of what he has said. Is it
because they are a bunch of gullibles
to visit him?
They are gullible people.
What is it that? What is in your own opinion? What is it that is?
Accolade my foot.
Accolade. Deserving of accolades.
Thank you.
Anyway, yeah, this is how we have it today. So please drop your comment as usual. So anything you think, your suggestion is welcome. So we close the page now. So till tomorrow, we see another update. We let you know. That's our job. So we are taking part in all this kind of scandalous. We want to bring it down. Want to eradicate scandalous. All this atrocity, we want to eradicate it. We don't want it no more in our country. So we want democracy to prevail, and the justice must prevail. That is what we stand for. We stand for the truth and nothing but the truth. So God help us. So anyway, so I will close the program now. So thank you for those people watching, and those people who is going to watch later. So I thank you all, and God will be with you and your home. So have a wonderful week. Bye. Thank you.